Hello, turkey talkers. We have been talking about Thanksgiving for 2 days. We're going to move on to the third day. I'm going to read another Thanksgiving book to you. It's called Thanksgiving Is. And then you'll have a passage to read independently. So you're going to have a lot of background knowledge on Thanksgiving, which is great. Thanksgiving Is. And we see pilgrims, and guess who that is? What do you think? It is the fourth Thursday in November, so it is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is always celebrated on the fourth Thursday in November. That's why the date always changes. Thanksgiving is a long word to spell. Longer than Pilgrim or Mayflower or New England. And remember, they were from New England. Thanksgiving is many travelers on a small ship, which you learned about the Mayflower. Some are pilgrims, some are not. 70 men and women, 32 children, which is something new, 2 dogs, no cats, and a few hens. So we're learning even more about their journey. I want to make sure I get it in there. Maybe you can go back and pause it and try to find the dogs and the hens. All on the Mayflower together. The year is 1620. So this is like a diagram. It's showing the parts of the ship. It's like if someone took off the side of it and you're looking inside of it. Thanksgiving is tall hats with brims. A brim is like the part that sticks out around the hat, like a baseball hat, that part that comes down, that's the brim. And ties on shoes, cloaks in the wind. A cloak is like a jacket. And long aprons too. Thanksgiving is stiff wide collars, some white on gray. Well, they all kind of dress the same. And Thanksgiving is a land left behind so pilgrims can worship the Pilgrim's Way. Remember, they left because the King of England wanted them to follow the religion the way he wanted to, and they wanted to be independent and believe what they wanted to believe. Thanksgiving is a long, long trip. Some travelers are cold, some are wet, some are sick. And Thanksgiving is land at last, a new land, New England. That's what they call up north, New England. Why? Because it's new to them, but they're still English. So even nowadays, up at the top of the country, we call that whole area, all those states, New England. Thanksgiving is a hard winter in a cold land. Remember, it was a really cold winter. They weren't used to it. It is a lot of work for all. Pilgrim fathers cut down trees. Pilgrim brothers gather thatch. That's to make a roof. Pilgrim sisters help pilgrim mothers, and all pray for help from God. Remember, how many houses did they first have? One big one. Thanksgiving is men with muskets off to hunt. What's a musket? Let's use our context clues for that. We can use our picture clues and the words. It said, men with muskets off to hunt. What do you hunt with? Yep. Bang, bang, bang. Guns glint in the sun, fresh meat at last. Thanksgiving is Samoset and Squanto. The Pilgrim's first friends. Thanksgiving is corn seed in the hills and nets in the sun. And look, pay attention to what Squanto's doing here. We know that dead fish helps the corn grow. Thanksgiving is many hands, pilgrim hands, and Indian hands, and big hands and small hands. And Thanksgiving is many hands together. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but it does take a lot of time and people to make a really big Thanksgiving dinner. All the different dishes. Thanksgiving is a pilgrim harvest in the fall, and the harvest is good. Baskets of corn, baskets of nuts, bushels of beans and squash, fish salted for winter. So they would coat the fish in salt so that it would not go bad. Then placed in casks, wild fowl and ducks on spits. Okay, so they're not spitting on the ducks. That means a spit is what they would roast and they would cook them on. Thanksgiving is a feast for how many days? 3 days after the harvest. And Thanksgiving is pilgrims and Indians together. And Thanksgiving is gifts without ribbons more than 300 Novembers ago. Thanksgiving is land and harvest. Thanksgiving today is from Thanksgiving back then. It is grandmas and grandpas, aunts and uncles. It is turkey with gravy and pumpkin pie. It is football and friends and big parades. It is a day to say thanks for blessings all over our land. Do a lot of you play football on Thanksgiving or watch football on Thanksgiving? It is the 4th Thursday in November, and so it is Thanksgiving. And so there we have nowadays kids thinking of pilgrim children playing. So the 4th Thursday in November is Thanksgiving, and I bet a lot of you have big plans for a big turkey. Some of you put them in the oven. Some of you might fry them the way that I do. Some of you might put them on the grill. There's lots of different ways to make turkey, but your job as on Thanksgiving is to ask mom or dad if they need help. They will be so appreciative and thankful, okay? That's what Thanksgiving is. It's a day to be thankful. And mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, they do a lot for us. So you definitely want to be thankful and show your appreciation. The easiest way to do that is just to simply say, what can I do to help? I promise you'll get a big fat kiss. Your job now is to read the Thanksgiving passage that's attached to today and answer the 3 questions, okay? If you need help reading it, mom or dad can help you. You have a lot of background knowledge on Thanksgiving, so some of this stuff you're already going to know. So you're going to read the passage, answer the 3 questions, and you're only going to do the discussion post for 1 and 2. If you want to add 3, you can, but I'm only asking for you to do 1 and 2 as your discussion post, okay? Passage, answer the questions, discussion post 1 and 2, all right? And go share your wow facts about Thanksgiving with your family.